Yeah, what's your perspective on radical, powerful authenticity, even in the face of fear, but taking full responsibility for it?
I think that's the ultimate masculine go-to. I think
Mm.
we build ourselves up through the fears and through conquering everything. Like from like little kids on, you know what I mean? The concept again, am I good enough? Am I big enough? Can I be? I want to be the greatest at everything, but I don't know that I could do it. Is to really conquer our fears, conquer our self-doubt, conquer our challenges, conquer whatever it is we're fighting with internally or feelings and emotions. But it's in the conquering that we get settled. It's in the conquering that we go, huh, look what I just did, right? It's the conquering that we get self-confidence and build our character. So again, a man who gets to that point where I want to say this, and I don't know if it's going to sound weird, but I've been so terrified as a kid my entire life, right? And I've had to like
Mm.
kind of raise myself and battle everything on my own without family.
Terrified of what specifically?
At 5 years old, I think you know the story that I realized I was born in the wrong family and I didn't belong here, and some mistake was made somewhere in the universe. And so, like, I literally felt like I'm alone in the world, and these people aren't my people. They don't like me. I don't like them, right? They're alone in a family of seven, right?
Mm.
Terrifying, terrifying.
Yeah.
5 years old, right? Like, what do you do with that? And that was the
Wow.
beginning of my feistiness, right? I realized I had to going to raise myself. I had to take care of myself. I was on my own. There was nobody to talk to, nobody to guide. There was dictatorship in the house. It doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like everything, like I'm not important. I'm not important. I don't even belong. Get out of here. Get out of here. Right.
Yeah.
So like big hole in my heart. But so the whole you took me right there. I see myself as a 5-year old in that moment. Ugh.
Yeah, man.
No, it's just it was scary as hell.
Yeah.
What I had to do from there is really take it on myself and become resilient. I didn't think I was going to be here very long because I don't belong here. I'm a mistake. So I am just gonna. But there was always something pulling in my heart. I think you said the same thing. No, there's
Yeah.
something for you to do here. It's bigger than you. Keep going through my teen years and my young adulthood and stuff. But my point is, I was so afraid. I was so terrified, starting at the age of 5, of being completely on my own and having no resources, no help. Uh, that you can't scare me any longer.
Mm. Yeah.
Nothing fucking scares me any longer because I've been through it all. Like, with in business, with money, with relationships, with friends, with acquaintances, with being a bit of a celebrity, and that complete mind fuck that comes with that, and kind of pivot, and always kind of regaging to me. Who am I? Who do I want to be? Who do I want to be? Who do I want to be? I don't know, right? But it took some banging around, and to the point now that life is an avalanche of challenges, right? You go smooth for a minute, and then life goes boom, there's one on your head, and then boom boom, they come in three often. And when it happens, I look up and I go, really, three? Can we just spread them out? Can we spread them out a little bit, for Christ's sake? Right? Oh, you have three in a row. Okay. But my reaction now, because I've conquered myself, I know I'm gonna survive. I know I'm gonna be fine. I know I'm gonna learn something. I'm gonna be more resilient. It's like I know all the goodies are coming. So I don't invite the crap, but I don't fight it. It comes and I go, all right, well, let's see what I do with this. Watch me work it out. That's where my head goes to. Watch me work it out. And I'll be stronger, better, more aware, whatever it is that I learn in the process of it. So I think that's the space you're talking about, right? To get to a place where you have a sense of self that is so solid, that you could really truly be yourself, and like you don't need to protect yourself, you don't need to hide yourself, you just are, because nobody can knock you off your pedestal in some ways, right? I'm like a big sap. You see me cry like all the time. I'm a big sap. Talk about like, my feminine energy is right there. By the way, part of this work that I do with clients is all feminine, right? I'm teaching, right? I'm supporting and nurturing. It's all right. So after I do stuff like this all day long, I go to the garage and tinker with my car, scratch my ass, burp, like this. There's always a kind of bringing myself back into my body after kind of being in my heart all day long, right? But I can do both really back and forth, like almost instantaneously. But I've had a lifetime to get here. You know what I mean? And so, but what I promise you, part of me being able to be good with myself was a lot of the men's work that I did, the mentoring and the being supported and held and loved and by men, you know, they were my brothers, literally my brothers, who all they wanted is for me to be good, as I wished them, you know. So we constantly worked together, once a week, get together and did the work, and did a lot of release work, did a lot of energy work, did a lot of NLP work, and it's which I do today. But like they saved my life. They allow me to discover me fully, my strength and my weaknesses and my willingness. But I guess like I said, at this point now, like you can't really shake me. You can't really shake me. I'll learn something. I don't welcome the shit. Like I said, I just don't mind it. I know that's going to push me in a different level, right? It's this constant growth. That's what life is. So yes, so conquer yourself, you know, go get some support, you know, and find who you are inside, outside, you know, within the man that you want to be, the world that you want to create. But we don't do this alone. We don't do this alone. We need women to inspire us. We need men to support us in the way that only men can support men. Yin yang, here it is again, masculine and feminine, mix it up. We all need that. Whoosh. Whoosh.
Yeah, dude. I feel you, man. And you know, I think like for me, yeah, it's something I really love about you. You know, just that balance of masculine and feminine. It's like I remember the first time we met, like it was more, I think the first time we met, it was more masculine oriented. And I was like, I really like this dude. And then as you know, as I shared earlier in the off air, that second conversation we had, like, because I think one question in the back of my head the first time was I was wondering if you were who you said you were, effectively. Right. You know, as you always do when you meet somebody. You know, sure. People say a lot of things, and you wonder. You go, you know, I wonder. You know, what are your, you know, are there things to this person they're not even aware of? Do they have blind spots? Do they think they're more evolved than they are? And then it's like that second time we talked, like it was when you started crying about your mom. Like, you know, when you were talking about your relationship with her, I was like, I really felt your heart, and I really felt kind of, I'm like, wow, yeah, it was a beautiful human being, and it was like, yeah, I felt like at that point, like, yeah, I could see myself being like brothers with you. You know, just, and then like, you know, you just sharing here about going back to being 5 years old, and man, I feel you, dude. It's like, you know, there's sometimes like, I don't know your experience with this, but I often feel like I'm multiple people. Like there's a one part of me which is like world conqueror Anton, and this is like the part of me that's just like, yeah, like I'm gonna create a media empire, like, you know, the Anton Network. And you know, I just feel like you know, like I remember being, do you know Landmark?
Yes, of course, I've done Landmark. Yeah,
me too. So I've done, and I remember there's a forum leader that she told me, it was really interesting. I was 20 years old, I think, at the time. And she said, Anton, you have the potential to be a world leader, but you're too arrogant. Like,
wow.
Yeah. And it's funny because now it's like, I sometimes forget how arrogant I was. Like, and I still am. Like, I definitely still have arrogance. Like, you know, I have these wild dreams, but like, I really took that to heart. You know, when she said that, she told me that. And I've been, because all the arrogance was like insecurity. It was feeling like an imposter and feeling like,
right.
You know, and I even still catch myself doing it sometimes. A lot of the time on podcasts on air, it's like, I notice a lot of the time I'm a slightly different person than I am. I'm more relaxed when I'm not on camera. And it's like, I'm probably a little bit more feminine, a little bit more tender, maybe a little more of a sense of humor. And it's like, for me, it's, you know, I feel like my work is in, yeah, healing my insecurities, healing my traumas, you know, with my dad and my brother would be the two biggest ones. If you guys want to check out another clip from this episode, click here. And if you want to check out more clips on this topic, click here. And if you want to check out the full episode that this clip is taken from, you can click the link in the description below. And that's it. So I'll see all of you in the next one.